What's up, everyone? It is your girl JL Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we have another battle of the, I know I just keep battling everything, but today's battle is between more foundations. I've been finding more and more foundations in my collection from older times that I feel like are similar. Now I know I did compare this one to the Rare Beauty foundation a while ago, but I feel like it is definitely comparable to this Makeup Forever HD Skin. I have the shade 4 Y60. It used to be Y503. Now I normally wear Y505 or whatever the equivalent to that is now. I forgot I did a whole video on this foundation with all the different shades and the numbers explaining all of that. If you're interested, I'll try to remember to link the foundation review playlist above, and you can go through it and see what you need to see. But I feel like this True Skin reminds me of it because I had this on earlier this week and I had put this on earlier this week as well, and I was like, they feel similar. Now, I feel like the Catrice one feels a little bit thicker, but it still feels about the same. If I remember correctly, this is $11. They left Ulta though, so one of you all told me you have to buy this foundation on Amazon. Y'all know y'all can find this anywhere, I think. I mean, you can find this on Makeup Forever's website, or you can buy this as Sephora. I know Makeup Forever is not sold at Ulta, but there you go. I think this one is $43. Don't quote me, I don't remember. But like I said, I'll link that video above with all information on both of these foundations. I'm just trying to get it on my face real quick because I still got an eyeshadow video to do and a complexion corner video to do before I can go get my gas in Indiana and go home. So it's gonna be a long day. Anyway, zoom it on in and let's get to it. So I just started off with one pump of this foundation just to see how it's going to look. Give me a cute little mirror. My what is it? Matte About Hue foundation from ColourPop. I've my foundation, Jesus, palette from ColourPop showed up today. I do already have on primer. I put on the Mented Beauty primer from Ariana Grande. Y'all know I tried it out when I tried out the concealer. We're actually going to use that concealer today as well because it's color correcting properties. I've used that in several different ways to kind of get a feeling idea of what I think of it too. So we should be in a good place with that. Okay, so we're going to check this. I hate when foundation like clogs up the pump and then it finally comes out and then you got this crusty piece on your hand. That's what just happened to me now. That's just why I mentioned it. But yeah, so I'm going to get me a cute foundation brush and just start patting it in. I usually use 2 pumps with this one, but I just want to start off and see how it's going to look with one. It's actually pretty good with one. I don't think I need to do 2. So maybe I'll start using this type of brush instead of a Asian brush. I don't know. But you know, I'm here for it. I'm going to take a sponge with the extra product and make sure I sponge it in where I feel like I have the dark spots and stuff. That's a weird thing. Like when I sponge it where the dark spots are, I feel like it picked up the product on my face. So now you can see the dark Now I can clearly see the distinction of this being lighter than this one, but you see what I'm saying about the coverage and how it looks pretty much the same as that what natural skin look to the skin. This one just looks a little bit heavier because it's, you know, it gives more coverage off the bat. Now I put 2 layers of this on. It doesn't look as heavy, but the fact that I had to do double what I did on that side to get the same amount of coverage, it means this is more buildable than the Catrice, because the Catrice one isn't having to be built up as much. Like I literally used 1 pump and it was a nice generous pump, whereas with this one it was a generous pump, but because the coverage is so light because of the formula of the foundation, in my personal opinion, I had to use more. So this just looks a little, and I mean like a tad bit heavier on the skin than this side does, but they're both giving, and that could just be because there's texture, more texture on this side of my face than there is on this side of my face. Okay, y'all, let's get into this concealer, and we're going to try out a new powder foundation in this video as well. I meant to show that earlier, so we're going to try out the 16-hour wear, what is 16-hour cover and last powder foundation from Essence. I have the darkest shade. It's called Espresso. This is what it looks like. I don't feel like it looks that dark to be the darkest shade, because I was going to buy the shade before, but I was like, no, it's Essence. You have to remember who they are. Just buy the darkest one. So we're going to use this Bakerie Beauty X Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush. I've been using this at home recently, and it reminded me of another brush. So I already got a brush like this in my collection, and I did a Mented Cosmetics video, which is what I call my dupe videos on the brush. So we will, you know, since the brand that made the original brush went out of business, I felt like it was perfect, because I was like, now I can, you know, give you an alternative. What I like about this concealer is that it has the color correction property, so I feel like it's one of those concealers that Makeup by Ariel was telling Patrick Starr about. He said start off with a cream concealer and then go on with a liquid on top, and because this has color correction properties, you can put this on before you put on your foundation, and then put a liquid concealer on top of this, and it would be beautiful for that. So I usually like it for that, and just prefer to use a liquid concealer on top of it. That's the way I've been enjoying it, but I have used it this way several times, and we're gonna go ahead and use it this way today, just because all my concealer's in the bathroom. Now it's too late to bring it out, so here we are doing it like this. Yay or boo, I don't know. Blend out the concealer. So I'm going to take the Catrice sponge and just go up the middle and blend it out that way. But what I'm trying to do, one on each side type thing. And then we're going to use this sponge for this side, of course, because this is the Catrice side. And then we'll use the Hershey Glamlight sponge for that side. So there you go. It's cute or whatever. There we go. Now to the other side. We'll start off turning this way. The only thing I hate about these sponges is I feel like the tops are really flimsy. So when you go to like blend in your inner corner, it just pokes you and it doesn't have the strength to put those concealing your eyes like you like. Well, I don't necessarily like about the sponge, but I mean, it's soft, it's nice, it gets the job done. It's just I have to turn it at a certain angle to get it to blend out, and I'm not excited about that part. Okay, so this is what the face is looking like so far. Let's go ahead and put a little bit more concealer underneath the eyes. And of course I have to drag it down because of the dark spots on my face. So that's why I still do the triangle trick. If you all weren't aware, it has nothing to do with me not being able to keep up with the trends and all that. I know people want to do the 2-swipe thing, but it's like they don't have the dark spots and issues that I have going on my face. And I do what's best for me in that regard, so that's why I do it this way. I was thinking about doing it underneath the foundation though next time when I start, because I have been doing that this week at home. But you know, I was thinking maybe I'd do an updated foundation routine and do it there as opposed to trying to, you know, do it today in this video. Sorry y'all, when I paused like that, I was thinking about something else on my mind, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, you're filming and you were talking. Get out of your own head and like, you know, do what you're supposed to be doing. So we're gonna put this all around here. I got this LS powder in my hand that I'm going to use to set underneath my eyes. And then we're going to put on this right here. Y'all, I'm glad a whole bunch of releases haven't come out recently. And I'm hoping that we don't get flooded with a whole bunch of releases. Because I'm like, if you all remember, Adriangameover's birthday is this month. My son will officially be a teenager at 13. So I'm just over here like, oh, jeez. So I'm going to have a teenager on my hands. And that's going to be a whole hot mess. So pray for me, y'all, because this is a hot mess. He don't think he know everything, and think I don't know what I'm talking about, and gonna want to act up and all that other stuff. I am not looking forward to this, but I wasn't really a problematic teenager, so I'm like, if he does give a whole bunch of problems, I feel like there'd be something that came from his dad, because it's like, my mom would tell you I wasn't really doing too much anything. I was just out here like, la, 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 hang out with my friends at the mall, la, la. I wasn't trying to like go to parties. I wasn't so trying to sneak out or anything like that. Like, I was born just like born now. Okay, so now we're gonna set the under eyes. I found this new brush that I feel like is a good dupe for another high-end brush that's supposed to be a setting powder brush. So I'm gonna use that and put it beneath my eyes. This actually is from Morphe. I know, right? Who am I? But they had this new vegan line, and that sponge you saw me with, the black one, is actually from that line as well. So I'm gonna go ahead. And I prefer to use a brush when I use this powder as opposed to a sponge. Certain brush powders I use a sponge with, anyway, like the McGrath one. I use a sponge with that one, even though, you know, you could use a brush, but I feel like with a sponge, that one looks more airbrushed. So it depends on the powder, depends on the formula of the powder, which kind of tool I use. I might use a sponge, I might use a brush. With this one, I just prefer to use a brush. There's something about the brush I feel like this makes it look nicer in airbrush than with a sponge. So that's what I do. So let's set this side here. The high-end version of this brush is in the what do you call it? It's down there being dry with brush my brushes, which is why I'm not using it, because otherwise I would. Y'all, for once I don't have a million videos to film. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna come back tonight and do the, what do you call it, video, the excuse me, the matte about Hue video tonight or not, because that'll always happen. Like, a package will get delivered Saturday and then I won't be at home because I've already came out here Friday, and then I'll have to come back on like a Saturday night and film with it. I'm hoping we don't have to do that, but we'll see. So let's get this powder on and see how it looks. I feel like it's actually a little darker than the foundation, because as you can see, like, my face is lighter before I started off, and it's getting a little bit darker. So I don't know that I'm necessarily liking that, because it means it's going to darken whatever foundation I put on. So I don't know how I feel about that. But I guess I should feel glad, because that means the darkest shade is a little bit darker than I feel like they normally run with their product. Because usually I feel like whatever the darkest shade is for their product is my skin tone. And that's not a good thing. With them and Catrice especially, darkest shade, even in complexion. I mean, well, in complexion, I feel like it's for my skin tone. That's it. So this one is a tad bit darker. I feel like maybe too much mouth to use this one, and it would, you know, work. But since she's only like 1 or 2 shades darker than I am, there's still people that would not have a shade. So I don't know how I feel about that part. Well, I do know. I don't like that part, obviously. So this is what the powder's looking like. Let me zoom y'all out a little bit so you can see. This is what the powder looks like on the face. I mean, it just looks like a nice, smooth foundation powder. Now, obviously, I'm not going to wear this for 16 hours, so we're not going to know about the 16 hours situation. but I'm gonna wear it for a little while. What else with the spray? So now I'm gonna use the Rim Calming Spray to press all this in my face. So I'll press all this in, make it look a little more natural in the skin line. Look like a tad more skin like in this side to me anyway, but again that's because I feel like this is lighter weight, and since this one is a little bit heavier, it's going to look a little heavier on the skin, and it doesn't help that I put it on the side that has texture to it. Sorry, more texture to it than this side, because I normally sleep on this side, so that's why this side I'm assuming has the most texture. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my face and I will talk to you all later on tonight. I'm not even gonna lie and pretend like I'm gonna check in once the face is fully done, because y'all know I'll always say that and then I forget, so let's not even tell that lie today. Okay, girl? Okay, see you later. Okay, y'all, so I have returned and this is what my face looks like. It is like, I want to say 1 in the morning. This is the Battle of the, if you can't tell by the slight if you all remember, underneath the eyes, and then the foundation powder I just put all over the face. I'm not really that wowed by the foundation powder. I mean, I've lasted well for the price, but I'm not like, oh my god, yes, you need to buy it now. It's just like, oh, okay, it's nice. But when I review it some more or use it some more, we'll add it to complexion corner that I'm trying to get done by the end of this month and see how it fares with all the other stuff I have then, because I'm still going to use the Fenty one and the e.l.f. one, and then I have a better idea which one I prefer. I might even throw the J-Cat one in there, the Aquasurance one, so I can test it against those, and then that'll give me a better idea. But yeah, I feel like the foundations wore pretty much the same. They still look nice on the skin. I didn't have to wear a mask today though, so let's keep that in mind. Normally I have to put on a mask and that makes a difference. I'm also still testing out the Fix Plus setting spray. I don't know, to me it's not really doing too much of anything. It's not exceptional compared to other setting sprays I use. It works fine, but I don't see like a lot of lasting powder as opposed to like my Charlotte Tilbury or my Laura Mercier one that I like to use a lot. So there's that. But the powder gave good coverage. It lasted a pretty long time. I didn't do 16 hours. Y'all know I put this stuff on at like, I want to say I started my makeup at like 3 o'clock. It's like 1 in the morning too, so it's 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10, 11, 12 to 1. So it'd be like 10, 11 hours I've had it on. And I feel like it's had lasted a pretty long time considering there was no mask. So I like the powder. It worked fine. I'm not crazy about it. I don't feel like it gave a lot of extra coverage. It did darken my foundation. I wasn't necessarily crazy about that part about it either. But it's okay. If you need a powder in a pinch and you can't find the e.l.f. one, I'd recommend it. Especially since I think it's even cheaper than the e.l.f. one, because I think the e.l.f. one's like $12 and this one was only $5.99 or $6.99, something like that. But those are my thoughts on all the things. I feel like the face wore even on both sides. The Catrice one just held the oil back a little bit better. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye. Stay tuned because I might compare the Makeup Forever to the L'Oreal Freshwater too, because the consistency of those seem to be a little more liquidy than this Catrice one. But be blessed, girl. Bye.